he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Wolfpack offense comes out to get things started in this one. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinator coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week.
What do you do there? Janice and Garrett are amazing cooks. Veronica wasn't a very good cook. Sorry. I love you, Veronica.
Yes, we are.
Not a great cook. She's a vegan.
We know that you love Veronica. We know that very much so. Coming up, we'll
My
give you...
sister-in-law. Show a little respect.
You don't. Why should I? Please. Not a no shot. And his flat hair is coming up in 2 minutes on Cap and J Hood.
Cap and J Hood, morning 6 to 9. ESPN Chicago.
J Hood here with Howard Aiken. Howard, I know someone who's injured on the shop floor. Please have him call me. My guy. Howard, I have a buddy who was T-boned by a utility. Please have him call me. My guy. Your guy? Correct.
Not this again.
Howard Aiken is my guy. Your friend, buddy, your buddy, I'm their guy. Also your guy and your guy.
Call 312-6 million for injury law made personal.
Howard Aiken, our guy, on the Cap and J Hood show, weekday mornings on ESPN Chicago.
Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. He'll do it himself. Turning it on. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Gives it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. From the gun, the running back has it. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. With the catch, it's Smothers. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. The Cavaliers' offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And it was a collection of highlight reel plays time after time last week. He'd love to do that again, David.
Oh, there's no doubt. He showed you he's capable. He showed you the big play ability, and he can make those big plays for this offense. And I think the offense is going to continue to look for him. Like, he is that guy outside that they can trust. Interesting to see, Jesse, the wrinkles off of the way they used him. And if he's going to continue to be the focal point of this offense.
I think he should continue to be the focal point, but I do think they have to move him around. You got to show some different looks, some different formations, get him in motion, stack releases, find him some...
There he goes! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37.
That's what he wants. Now we're seeing the first two rotation. That's on the audience.
They believe they can run right here.
Well, it might be different someplace.
He'll take it up to the 45-yard line, but they stop him and knock him out of bounds. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staff
trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
But you got to love that if you're on defense, because you were able to affect the quarterback with pressure, and you only rushed 3 guys. Well done.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Looking for a push on 4th down. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
4th and 1, turn around, hand it off to your bell cow running back, and let him go move the sticks. Great job.
And the Cavaliers are moving quickly down the field. Back to throw, it's Morris. Hires to the big fella. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there.
Nice complimentary football we're seeing from this team here. Defense did their job in the opening drive. Now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Harris. Dragged down at the 39, but he's got 5 yards, and they'll move the sticks.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Makes the grab on the leg. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. Loss of 1.
That's how you blow up the draw play. That's supposed to hit in between the tackles, but if you can force the ball carrier to bounce outside, you've got an opportunity to create a negative play, and they did exactly that.
Keeps it on the bootleg. Makes the catch. It's Ross. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. That was a really well-run route on the curl. Pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job, too, by the receiver, getting his depth and finding space in between the defenders, giving his quarterback a nice turn.
A little screen to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job on the defense. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. He went nowhere after the catch. Nice job on the defense.
Okay. Moving on to the south side. Shane Smith 2 times.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. To throw, it's Morris.
Starting pitching continues.
Throws toward the end zone. Got it. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down to the 1. The Cavaliers racing to the line in a hurry-up. Trying to slam him. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
What a great job by the defense. You got to understand it's physical time, right? They want to run the football, and they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
I'm trying to power it in. And this defense is defending its goal line. Back-to-back stops right in the shadow of their own goalpost. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far.
You're going to force the hands of man. If you continue with this record and keep watching around,
Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second half.
You see how they play multiple times because of that kid. That kid's here.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Going for 6. Touchdown, Virginia. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And the offense punches in it again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games. There's still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, heading to the field. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Off the play fake on first down, to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Anderson. Highly corral, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job on the quarterback.
And the defense got him at the 27.
He's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in the last game, gets his first sack right now. I think he has a chance to be a huge focal point in this defense moving forward. But let's just worry about what's happening now. This offense has to find a way to slow him down.
There's nobody. You know what? You might have some talent. Let's work with him. That's what it's below replacement players. It's guys that you would put on your fantasy team.
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on second down.
Listening to a bunch of different takes, listening and interviewing, talking
to the air. It's Bailey.
Somebody to do whatever.
Under heavy pressure, lets him fly. Makes a grab on the shot. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, please. It's the organization that leads.
Looking downfield on first down.
Oh, wow.
Ball down to Dale. Move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
It's not like Littlefield is going to give you any money to get pitching.
They'll go to the ground. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
And those body blows really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4-yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Once you start to get down towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. You really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see they try to take a little bit of a shot down the field. Unsuccessful. Nice job by this defense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Texas A&M is putting on a show offensively. Feels like they've been gigging them since the first whistle. They're up 14 over Utah State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They're going to test the right side with this. Makes a pass to Parker. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. How about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion. But good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Looking to throw, it's Morris. Scrambling away. Finds the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give on the counter. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Things did not go their way in ACC play last year. This year, an opportunity maybe to turn things around.
And we've seen people in this league turn things around. The ACC every year, it seems like, you know, like Reese, you always say, spinning that wheel of destiny. Who's going to be in the championship game? So it's not unheard of that you can have a bad season and turn it around. So, Jesse, a lot of examples to point to as they kick off the season.
Yeah, it's critical then to get off to a fast start. But they've got to come out here in their first conference game in ACC play and put it all together. Offense has to march the ball, score points. Defense needs to get some stops and create some takeaways and set a standard for yourself throughout the course.
Oh, he's got some space. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, great balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
He'll keep it himself. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll move the wide receiver. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to...
Hello? Yeah.
Before you go to sleep, can you get that bag? I went and cleaned the drain out in front of the house, but it's too heavy for me to carry.
What bag?
It's a garbage bag. I cleaned the drain in front of the house so the water, when it's storm, it'll have somewhere to go. I didn't know it was going to be that heavy. I can't pick it up and just put it in the garbage can. I got tagged in the street.
Where's the bag at?
It's right in the driveway. Before you drive up the driveway,
Mm-hmm.
where the drain is, it's right there, already tied up. I couldn't lift it. It was too heavy.
All right.
So just put it in the garbage can. And try not to bust the bottom so the stuff will come out. Yeah. Before you put it in. I got the back door open already in that can.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You about to such and stole her shoes.
Football, in order to score a touchdown here, I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run pass option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. That means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Wants to throw. It's Morris. Just about had the pick in the end zone. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
So they will eschew the short field goal attempt and instead try to score from the 5 on 4th down. Might be changing the route. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Smashes it between the uprights. Now up by 7 points here in the second.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Complete downfield. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. To the air on 1st down. He's going to fire deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the...
Breaks into the open. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Fires to the big fella. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
This time they'll go to the running game. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Dropping back, it's Morris. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be he's set up in business with a 1st and goal.
This offense has become a 1st down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they're going to be gassed.
He'll throw it. Back looking for the goal line. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. You don't see that penalty too often, but we see it here, an illegal forward pass. Now on 2nd and goal. He might want another play. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved the touchdown.
What a 3rd down stop by this defense. 3rd down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the 4th goal.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So they've got the lead. They can make it a 2-score game with a chip shot field goal, but instead the offense is out there on 4th down. Looking downfield, it's Morris. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun 1st half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. North Carolina State will kick it off to open the 3rd quarter. Coming out with it, it's Courtney. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. They open this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the 2nd half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by Pep.
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. This offense has it with really good field position. Leaves it with the running back. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. He wants to change this route. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. He'll start this drive firing. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you would see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll go to work in the air on second down.
What the fuck are you
Going
doing?
back to the well, another deep ball. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Right on the money. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Morris. Quickly out to the tight end. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Balls in the deep ball. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Cavaliers are moving quickly down the field. Leads him with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Get it out on the screen. Turning it on. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the pack on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. Target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is. Make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. Listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
Back to pass, it's Morris. Bringing the heat. He caught it. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Cavalier. And that one will give him the lead. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can. They're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything. And then you reward the big fella throwing the ball. And he catches, so he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas A&M is currently ahead in this one, but they're not exactly making this easy for the 12th man. This is a tight one in College Station. They're up by 13 over Utah State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. From the gun, running back on the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had in their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Finds his man. It's Anderson. Good pick up a little bit short of the sticks.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators called drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation, the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. Hauls it in, looking for space.
Run away.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here.
And I kind of like how the running back did this route. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 or 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That defense is about getting off the football. And that defensive line can be disruptive, get in the backfield right away, and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays. It can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job.
There he goes. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
The Cavaliers have it with a 1st and 10. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, oh man, am I upset at my offensive line to give up penetration that fast? Man, we blinked and missed it.
He barely got the ball. He just got a shot toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the 3rd quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they're living dangerously right now. They can't expect to hold on to that. This guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
And it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead in the second half. You need your quarterback to play smart.
And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Got it set up on the outside. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that. NC try to pick up the first through the air. Caught close to the marker, it smothers. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. These corners backing off a bit. The give from the gun. Fighting off the defender. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his tight end.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Going to swing it on second down. The short hand, it's Scott. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the
quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this.
Unloads it downfield. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, and second down's coming up.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, passing.
They'll leave it with him. He's got the first down and more. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Use the play fake. Now to throw. On the move, he fires. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. And the intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And this defense has got to make a play, right? It's the fourth quarter, we're trailing. You know this offense, they're going to get conservative. They want to eat that clock. You've got to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to make plays. Got to get that football back.
Back to pass, it's Morris. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And the Cavaliers will call on their punt team. They'll have to put it away for the first time tonight. Makes the catch at the 35. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. He was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. It'll be a draw. Powers through and runs through another one. Continuing to churn and move it forward. They're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Out of the gun, the running back has it.
Come on, man.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that...
Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening. He leaves it with his back. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown.
Just steamrolling the defense. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, North Carolina State. This is exactly what we expected. Blow for blow, trading punches, just like two elite teams should.
Yeah, and great players have to make great plays in big moments, right? Step up, break a tackle, do something spectacular, and that's what the young man just did.
And the returner will be dragged down. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and they get you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
And this is going to be assisted a big play in a tie game. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. On the ground, it's Smothers. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Off play action. Makes the grab. It's Rogers. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Absolutely perfect. Big celebration, understandably so, guys, but there is still time on the clock.
Well, they're able to get a field goal, put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points anyway they can.
Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. So the first order of business here, David, is don't knock yourself out of field goal range.
Correct. Don't take the sack. Don't get a negative play. But if I can be aggressive, Palmer, I'm still trying to go to the end zone to get the immediate run.
And take as much pressure off of your kicker
What's
as you
up this
possibly
play,
can.
bro?
You just
Why
gotta
are they
wonder
going down
what
the
he's
field?
thinking right now. Lots of pressure on him.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. To the air, it's Morris. He's taking a deep shot.
Yo,
It's going to be incomplete. Going
where the flag at, bro?
down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. They're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. At that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push them.
Come on,
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late.
Why is nobody blocking this
The
thing?
offense uses a timeout, 15 seconds left to play. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. He'll pull it down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Flags flying as the pass is incomplete. Let's see what the call is. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. Oh, they're after him. Here's a throw downfield late. Ball is incomplete. Falls to the turf, and that's going to do it. And it went right down to the final play. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think this is a situation where they need to now freak out and try to reinvent things on either side of the football. Just being in better rhythm early and trying to find that in their next game, I think would go for them.
Yeah, and it's just finding a couple of those plays. What do I do really, really well? Let's continue to build on that. Let's take away these negative plays. Let's take away these turnovers. How do we create more turnovers? I think that rhythm you're talking about, Jesse, finding those things that I do well, building on them, and doing more of them.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Those that can learn. Right, Aiden said, what did you say when Patrick Mahomes said yeah, it's different, because he's projected first overall pick, a little bit different than the Alex Smith Patrick Mahomes situation, but getting the guy in there who's going to be good in the league for a while, you don't have a quarterback on the roster that can really mold this, and by the way, the collective calls catch between the two of them is going to be insane. I know it's a little bit out there too, but if there's a single guy to bring in, maybe he starts